Rodney Reed's lawyers are trying a number of things to get his execution stopped. There was supposed to be a hearing on his death warrant tomorrow, but that has been canceled.
We'll tell you more about that process in just a little bit, but first, his lawyers filed a petition arguing there's even more new evidence that points to Reed's innocence. Reed was convicted of killing Stacy Stites more than 20 years ago. According to our partners with The Statesman, Reed's lawyers filed a petition early this morning with the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals. They listed 8 new witnesses who could give testimony that hasn't been heard in court yet. Prosecutors stand by their case. They still believe Reed is guilty. Reed is set to be executed next Wednesday night.
Also new today, the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals shuts down a hearing for Rodney Reed that was scheduled in Bastrop County District Court tomorrow.
That hearing was another last-minute attempt by Reed's attorneys to get him off of death row.
KVUE Defender investigative reporter Brad Stryker joins us now. So what are his last kind of options moving forward?
Yeah, well, this hearing that was scheduled for tomorrow could still happen eventually. We just have to see what the Court of Appeals ends up deciding. What we do know is that tomorrow's hearing was supposed to come after a motion that Rodney Reed's legal team filed last week. His lawyers were asking the court to void Rodney Reed's execution order and ultimately save his life. Now, Reed's lawyers argued the judge who ordered this execution shouldn't have been the judge at the time he made the order. Senior Judge Doug Shaver was brought onto Reed's case in 2014 after the last judge recused herself, but Reed's lawyers say that he shouldn't have been the judge on that case for more than 4 years. Now, an Austin defense attorney and former criminal court of appeals judge told us today it's unlikely that this appeal would work.
My knowledge, they're just now making this argument. They, being the Reed team, is just now making this argument. And it should have been made earlier, it seems to me, when it was first realized that a non-elected judge was going to be making decisions in this case.
Now, the state responded asking the court to deny the motion, and the judge who made the execution order and the judge who would preside over this appeal of the motion to void the execution, both of them have to file a response with the Court of Appeals by 4 p.m. tomorrow. There's another possible next step that Reed's legal team is looking at right now. It's a process where eventually the governor could make a decision about Reed's execution, but it's not quite that simple. I'm going to break it down for you guys tonight at 6. For the KVUE Defenders, Brad Stryker, KVUE News.
Brad, thank you. We would like to remind you we're taking an in-depth look at this controversial case in our new podcast series, Texas Crime Files. The first 2 episodes are already available on KVUE's YouTube page and all major podcast platforms. The next 2 episodes will be released tomorrow, 1 week from Reed's execution date.